Welcome back to the final episode of our 1991 interview series with Mike Mentzer. In this concluding conversation, Mike shares his groundbreaking insights on training, diet, and the broader world of bodybuilding. Let's dive in. How many years of training did it take you to get to the condition we saw in that photograph before the 1980 Mr. Olympia?
Well, that was 11 years ago, a photograph taken right before the 1980 Mr. Olympia contest, and I had been training at that point for about 15 years, off and on, but for about 7 years straight through right before that.
That's incredible. But I've heard you didn't train for hours every day like most bodybuilders do. Can you explain your approach?
But an important point, Anthony, I did not train for hours and hours every day, and this is an important issue.
Oh, okay.
Contrary to what most bodybuilders do, which is train 2 to 4 hours a day, 7 days a week, to obtain that, I trained literally for 30 minutes 4 times a week, 2 hours a week. The mistaken premise there is that more is better. And the body doesn't necessarily work that way. If 2 hours or 4 hours a day were good, well, why not train 12 hours a day? Training is a form of stress, and up to a certain point in time, exposing the body to stress can be beneficial. But beyond a definite period of time, it can actually be detrimental.
That's fascinating. Among top competitors, do you think many follow your approach, or do most stick to the traditional method?
The vast majority of people who train it almost exactly the same way, for 2 to 4 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. There are those who have read my articles and have attended my seminars and tend to be reasonable individuals and train just for 30 to 45 minutes a day, 4 times a week.
I'm a big fan of cardio. Do you advocate for doing an hour of cardio every day to stay lean?
Does not necessarily keep the weight off. Weight control is primarily a matter of calorie balancing. You could do 2 hours a day of aerobics, and if you're eating too many calories, still be getting fat. Another point here that's important is that your weight training can give you the cardiovascular benefit at the same time that it gives you the muscle training benefit. If you're not resting too long between sets and you're sustaining what's called the age-adjusted pulse rate, you will develop a cardiovascular training effect and improve your heart and lungs along with your skeletal muscle tissue.
That's an interesting perspective. What about diet? Can you share a sample weight loss diet?
There is a fundamental principle involved here, and that is, as long as the individual goes below his or her maintenance level of calories, they will lose fat. Whether their maintenance level is 1,500 calories a day or 15,000, any number below that will cause the body to revert to fat burning instead of storing fat.
Is alcohol as harmful as people claim?
Well, alcohol contains 7 calories a gram. Carbohydrates and protein contain 4 calories a gram, while fat contains 9 calories a gram, so it's in between.
No more beer, Bill?
I guess so.
What he's telling us?
No, as a matter of fact, I truly believe that you can indulge in those things on occasion without any harmful effects, as long as you're taking care of yourself, training 2 or 3 times a week, and basically following a well-balanced diet. There's always room for a few calories of beer. A few, I say.
Does your training philosophy apply equally to men and women?
The basic physiological principles involved in exercise physiology are applied to everybody, male and female.
How can someone determine if they have the genetic potential to build significant muscle?
It's something you can only accurately assess in retrospect. You won't know until you try.
Right.
So for those who are interested, try it. Don't be put off by someone telling you, well, you don't have the potential. That's something no one knows, again, unless you're looking back over a period of time. Within 2 or 3 years, if you haven't gained anything at all, either you're training improperly, which is often the case, or you have poor genetics. But then again, anybody can improve. You may not become a muscular marvel, but you can improve your muscular tone and lose fat.
Let's talk about steroids. Are they as prevalent among female competitors as they are among males?
Yeah, for sure. Again, among those who are competing, it's omniprevalent. They all take it,
And
without a doubt.
Can you mask it, as we've heard in the media?
Well, it's interesting. Over the past 2 years, the International Federation of Bodybuilders, along with the National Physique Committee, have been testing competitors. But it's obvious to those who are in the know, who have the eye for these things, that they're still taking it. So they have somehow found a way to mask the test results.
What physical traits might indicate steroid use?
Well, the muscle tends to have a more swelled, even at times bloated look, and the veins actually become almost grossly enlarged. One of the side effects of steroids is that it increases blood volume by up to 2 pints. So when you see a bodybuilder in a gym with what appears to be abnormally huge veins, they are in fact abnormally large.
Do you think more bodybuilders could follow Arnold Schwarzenegger or Lou Ferrigno into acting?
Well, your question sort of presumes the notion that every bodybuilder wants to be a movie star.
That's true. That's true.
And I don't think that's necessarily true. Two things Louis and Arnold had going were their enormous success in bodybuilding, which tended to carry over to the public at large. And they were extremely disciplined and highly motivated people. And I think what they did was reappropriate their energy and discipline to the area of acting. And as a result, they became successful there also.
Thank you for watching this final episode in our interview series with Mike Mentzer. If you found this discussion insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.